are live!
Yep.
Sorry for the delay again, because the internet was a problem.
Turns out it
Was Wi-Fi. Now I'm using Ether right now. Okay, sorry for the delay. Difficulty is fixed and ready to go. Redoing the story. Dead of the Night by Maplestrike. The link to the story is down below in the description. In Darkland, there is only one known way of discipline. Breaking the world code will earn a cat a death penalty. Countless generations have lived and died by these rules. But how much longer will it be before the legacy of Darkland comes tumbling down to its end? Here we go, Prologue, the legacy of Darkland. I'll be the narrator in some of the voices, and a lot of the majority of the male voices. Angel Wings will be the females. Plus in alliances, I'll be the role, the name, and the description to like those specific ones. And Angel Wings will be like what's the description of each. The Dark Clan leader was only ever accompanied by the deputy and Mezzacat. For seasons, the other clans had to wonder about why Dark Clan were so secretive, so unwilling to talk to any other clan. Moons passed, and eventually the Dark Clan stopped coming to gatherings. They found a group of cats gathering in the warrior's den, snarling but afraid. In truth, Dark Clan had left the forest one moon's night and never came back, but not all of them left. Only Coalstar, the deputy, the strongest warriors, the queens, and their mates left. The Red Scats, along with the Mezzacat, stayed behind. Darkline had left the Wicklings behind. The guns, warriors, and others, the princesses and kids. The Mezzacat, Nightshade, delivered chilling message to the clans. Jellyfin leader himself. Darkland have gone tired of the weak ways of the forest. For moons, we have scouted beyond our territory, trying to find a new home, and when we found it, we left. Darkline has only taken the strongest warriors. Rock Redclaw, our deputy, then the queens. The queens will bring new generation Darkland warriors. Warriors who are born to kill. Dark Clan's leader, Coalstar, was probably the only cat, and the other clans would easily recognize. He has a stark white pelt, so short his skin was almost visible to it. The other clans would tell their kids nursery stories about him eating naughty kids who broke the war code. What the other clans didn't know is that they had touched so close to the truth. Darkline has been away from the forest for many seasons now. They have a new leader, Scortstar, who may be even more brutal than Coalstar ever was. Then one day, a cat was born to Darkland. A cat who had the compassion that every other cat in Darkland lacked. This is a story, the tale of her struggle to act as ruthless as their clan when she knew their ways were wrong. Prologue end. And this is the alliances for Darkland. Darkland alliances. Leader, Scortstar.
big white Tom with black scorch mark on his flank.
Deputy, Dustclaw.
Small white Tom with long black claws and amber eyes.
Mezzacat, Eagle Wing.
Brown Tom with short thick fur and green eyes.
And now here are the warriors in order of strength. Stormfang.
Dark gray Tom with amber eyes and a long tail. Apprentice, Flintpaw.
Gorestuff.
Tom with pale gray fur and dark blue eyes. Apprentice, Hollypaw.
Shapefoot.
A dapple gray and black Tom with green eyes.
Maplestrike.
Leaf golden she cat with green eyes. Deceptively weak looking. Apprentice, Sootpaw.
Blackfire.
Black Tom with ginger dusting his pelt.
Smoke Nose.
Gray she cat with black nose and amber eyes.
Talon Dust.
Pale gray white Tom with white patches.
Art Snow.
Small white Tom with long claws.
Nightberry.
Dark ginger she cat with long whiskers and pale blue eyes.
Shellstripe.
Gray she cat with darker specks.
Brambletail.
Tortoiseshell Tom with wide amber eyes.
Yellowclaw.
Pale ginger she cat with green eyes.
Coppertooth.
Small ginger Tom with long teeth.
Speckle Leaf.
Little tabby she cat with bright green eyes.
And now here's the princess, the cats who are 4 moons or more and trained to be warriors. Flint Paw.
Gray flint-colored Tom with strong white shoulders.
Soot Paw.
Black Tom with short, thick fur and blue eyes.
And Holly Paw.
Dark gray-colored she cat with fierce amber eyes.
Now the queen she cat's nursing or expecting kits. Wildflower.
Tortoiseshell she cat with amber eyes. Mother to Echo Kit, Blizzard Kit, and Loud Kit.
And Emberleaf.
Ginger she cat with green eyes. Mother to Dusk Kit and Thorn Kit.
Just in case you're wondering, the names aren't supposed to sound quite normal. Thank you for the reviews from Harley 124 or 1243. I could just Sapphire Ring and Echo of the Storm of a Story Night. Especially so soon after the prologue. The story is just only beginning. And finally, the story we're expecting. Chapter 1. Echo Kit and Stormfang. Wildflower's litter was born on the night of the new moon. The luckiest night a litter could be born on. If a Darkland cat was born at the new moon, it meant they would be one of the best warriors when they grew up. Scorchstar had been born on the night of the new moon. And Dustclaw, the deputy, had been born then too. Blizzard Kit, Echo Kit, and Loud Kit were definitely a very lively glitter. Play fighting before they were 1 moon old. They were also the most intelligent kids Darkland had seen in a long time. They had learned the Darkland Warrior Code by the time they were 3 moons old. And every day they would sit and recite it, one by one. This is gonna be a little hard because I don't know which one.
I'm just gonna guess maybe 2 she cats and 1 Tom, so I'll just...
Yeah, you can do it because I have no idea.
No, you have to do the Tom, remember?
I don't know which one's the Tom.
Just choose random ones.
Every third. First the third. Every first.
Okay.
Prey is killed only to be eaten. Give thanks to the Warrior Code for the prey.
A cat must start his apprentice training at 4 moons old. Newly apprenticed warriors must prove their loyalty to Darkland and the Warrior Code before they can be true warriors.
A cat cannot be ranked as the strongest warrior unless they have mentored 3 apprentices and perform at least 1 execution.
When the previous deputy becomes leader, dies, or retires, the highest ranking warrior becomes the new deputy. Darkland will gather every full moon by the Dark River.
Borders must be marked to check daily. All transfers must be trailed and executed.
Every queen must teach their kids the basics of warrior training before they become an apprentice. The word of the clan leader is the Warrior Code.
An honorable and loyal warrior will always support their leader and deputy.
A warrior rejects the soft lives of loners, rogues, and kitty pets. If a cat breaks any rule of the Warrior Code, they must face a trial and execution for their crimes. Oops. Sorry.
Misconsumption. Blizzard Kit was the fire of the 3, with broad shoulder bigger than some apprentices, and longer than his mother. Luckett was the hunter. Having mastered the hunter's crouch at just 2 months, Echo Kit was much quieter than her brothers. Cats seemed to notice the 2 Toms first. Oh, Toms. Then spot Echo Kit lurking in the corner. She was the most attentive by far, critically analyzing her 2 brothers where she had the chance.
Loud Kit and Blizzard Kit is
Okay,
you
and
have to sound young.
that's gonna be a challenge.
Yep.
I wonder which voice I can do. Now we'll see what I can do. Echo Kid, what are you doing? Hurry up eating and come and play! Kinda like that. Loud Kid boisterous mew started from cussing out. How could I turn around? Loud Kid was chasing Emberleaf's kids. Dusk Kid and Thorn Kid. Blizzard Kid was hiding in the nettle patch, waiting for the kids to run past. Sighing, Echo Kid turned back to the fresco pile and picked up a plump mouse. Sitting down by the fallen trunk, she began to eat her prey, watching in amusement as Blizzard Kid jumped out right in front of Dusk Kid, who yowled with surprise and went running back to Emberleaf, picking one paw and drawing over whiskers. She was about to join the game when their father came trying to camp. Ugh.
Stormfang!
she yelled, running from towards the fire. Somebody stopped and looking around for a moment until he notices her sitting at his paws. He said, "And I'm the father." I'm busy, Echo Kid. We fought alone on the border, and Scorsar will need me for the trial. He said, twitching his ear. Echo Kid rolled her eyes inwardly.
But I want to play with you.
See, Moon, and go, Soren Fangirl. Echo Kid, this is the very point matter, and Scorsar will need me. That expression changed. You can come and watch the trial then. As long as you are quiet, Errol, you'll be the one making the decision one day. He pointed to the fallen trunk with his tail. Wait there, wait for me. I'll take you to the Dark River before the Scorsar. Stormfang turned around and headed toward the bramble tunnel that went to the leader's den. Echo Kid went and sat on the tree trunk, filled with aspiration. She wanted to know what happened at the trial, even though her instincts told her that it wasn't anything good. All she knew is the next full moon after a trial, the clan would come back from the gathering with blood on the paws. Looking over at Loud Kid and Blizzard Kid, who were not showing Dorn Kid and Death Kid how to play fight, she thought she had better not mention to her brother that she was going to trial. She wanted it to be something for her and Stokin to share, especially as he was always taking them out for hunting practice. Misspelling much? Even though they were still kids. Instead, she decided to tell Wallflower. She called to her mother, who was sucking up to the sun by the nail patch, showing one eye, then heaved herself to her feet and padded over to Echo Kid.
Yes, Echo Kid. Oh, what is it?
Asked Wallflower sleeplessly.
Stop taking me to watch the trial.
She said, trying to let her approach you. Wallflower's eyes softened.
It's always strange to watch your first trial.
She murmured sympathetically.
Every cat has to learn, though. Sooner or later.
She saw Echo Kid staring over at Blizzard Kid and Loud Kid. Before the little kid could speak, Wildflower spoke again.
Don't worry. I won't tell those two.
She said with a hint of amusement.
They'll get to see you once soon enough. Go on now. There's Stormfang.
And she ushered her kid over to Stormfang. Are you ready to see your first trial of Darkland? Asked Stormfang. Echo Kid nodded. Okay then, let's go. That's the end of chapter 1. And there's a total of 15 chapters apparently. The 13 chapters because the first two were prologue and alliances. Almost we're getting there. We're in the whole story tonight. Echo Kid followed her at chapter 2, the trial. Echo followed her father around a curve in the river and up a slope to the trial arena. On the highest ground stood Scorsar, Dustclaw by his side. A little lower down stood Gorestuff, Shadefoot, Maplestrike, Blackfire, Smokenose, Art Snow, Sailstripe, and Nightberry. Also, there was Flintpaw, Stormfang's apprentice, on the Lord's ground. Stood right in the bank of the river was a ragged ginger Tom, who was hissing in snow at Coppertooth and Brambledew. The two were fighting the loner in submission, and a well-aimed front paw blow from Coppertooth sent the ginger Tom reeling. He staggered inside and was perilously close to the river. Quick as a flash, Steppe leaped for the Tom and shoved away from the water's edge. Be more careful! Snarled Stormfang with the two words. Although Coppertooth and Bangletail were strong, they had branches on the side of the acorns.
Starring Stormfang.
Then mumbled Bangletail. Sunshine growled. Just make sure he doesn't fall in again. He said. Suddenly he looked sly. After all, we can't kill him before a fair trial now, can't we? Stormfang turned back to Echo Kid, who was sitting behind him, looking nervous. Go sit by Flintpaw. He'll tell you what's going on. Echo Kid trotted over to the big red apprentice. He knows the size as she approached.
Why are you here?
She's gonna be some of the milkers I can't do.
Yeah, because I can do apprentice voices pretty well.
he asked suspiciously.
Aren't you too young to watch a trial?
Echo blinked.
Maybe I am too young.
She thought.
Storm Thing said I'll be one of them making decisions someday.
She said proudly, shaking her aside her doubts.
I might as well start learning what I have to do now.
Grandpa looked at her for a moment longer, then grunted and turned back to the front. Who's going to be a Scorch Star, me or you?
You can do it because you can do deep voices.
I call this child to order! And I think I know which voice I'm going to do for him, because part judge. I call this child to order! Yep, judge. Here's my reference. Scorchstar was sitting at the top of the slope, looking down on the cascade by the river. I, Scorchstar, leader of the Dark Clan, offended to open this trial. I will first question the offender personally, before calling upon witnesses to provide evidence. Yep, it's a trial, right? Scorchstar turned to look for the line. Name? He asked.
I'll be the Ginger Rogue.
The Ginger Rogue remained silent. Scorchstar looked at him for a moment, then nodded to Brambletail, who swiped his claws over the rogue's ears. The Ginger torn his at Brambletail, then reluctantly opened his mouth. Here's the risk, G. Scorchstar smiled grimly. So, Fang, do you know when you crossed our scent marks that you were in our territory? Scorchstar looked as though he was doing a juicy piece of prey as he entered the rogue.
I didn't.
Fang seemed reluctant to give away any more than he had to. So, why? Then, do not flee at the sight of strange cats in strange territory, or in other words, the patrol? Fading replied. It seemed as to ÄcHL as though he had no answer to the question. Scorchstar seemed to think the same, as the smug spread on his face showed. No answer, eh? Nothing. Maybe you can answer me this. Scorchstar continued. Why do you continue to resist the patrol, even when they give you a chance to leave our tour in peace? Things expression changed from stubbornness to anger in less than a heartbeat?
Your patrol gave me no option to leave.
He yelled.
As soon as they saw me, those two brutes jumped on me and shredded me to pieces.
He pointed the Coppertooth and Brambletail with one paw.
That's not what I call giving me a chance to leave in peace.
Well, we'll just have to see whether that's true or not, said Sorcerer secretly. Bring on the first one, the Stormfang! Stormfang! ÄcHL looked on in pride as the fire stalked up to a large rock in the hill. He leaped on the rock and stared at Scorchstar with a cool composure. Stormfang, you were leading the patrol that found this road, weren't you? Asked Scorchstar. Stormfang nodded curtly. What were the orders you gave to your patrol when you spotted Pang? Scorchstar spelled the road's name with the utmost contempt. When I saw Fang, I ordered the patrol to hide, and asked Brambletail and Coppertooth to sneak around him and stop him from escaping off our territory before we had a chance to speak to him. Stormfang rolled his eyes. When I said stop him from escaping, I didn't mean to jump on him to squash him flat. Thank you, Stormfang, says Scorchstar. He turned to Brambletail and Coppertooth. If our necklaces would step up, Brambletail and Coppertooth. The two Bogeton limbered up to the rock and where Stormfang had stood. Were the orders Stormfang described the same orders he gave you when the transporter was spotted? Said Scorchstar. The cats looked at each other. Coppertooth?
Yeah.
I don't know, which one is that?
The other one, I was doing Brambletail.
Yeah. Kinda like that. If you like the voice, chat below. Chat next to it. Granted, Coppertooth. Brambletail stepped forward.
Stormfang said to stop him from escaping. We thought the best way to stop him from escaping to, well, stop him from moving.
Said Brambletail indignantly. Coppertooth nodded in agreement. And that is what you did? Yeah. And then we waited for Storyfang to ask Fang when he was doing our turn, but we did. Scorpion stopped speaking and rubbed it as. Bramble tailed jabbing with his paw. Aggregate watched, worried.
It looks like those two are trying to hide something.
See that? Star called on Shadefoot and Blackfire, who both confirmed what Stormfang had said, while Fang sat silently, glaring at Star the whole time. When the White Lord had finished examining witnesses, he called all the words together. When they stood conferring for a long while, finally Star turned to face Fang again. The clan has come to a decision. You were divided on Darkland territory, at the time being fully aware of your actions. You were given the choice to leave and you fused. As this Fang looked outraged, Lighty kept quiet. I, Scorchstar, leader of Darkland, hereby sentence this place to death! Scorchstar curls lip. You should be pleased. It is a great honor to be executed by the Clear Clan. Without warning, Scorchstar sprang up the ledge as he was sat on, claws and sheath, landing squarely on Fang's shoulders. He twisted his head to think to see the Fang's neck, jerking his head sharply. At the moment he released his grip, and Fang slipped by crest of the ground. The trial is done. Dustclaw, get on the body. As the cats around her began to move away, Echo Kit was frozen when she sat, where she staring at horror led by a rogue.
That's what they do to cats at a trial?
She thought, sloppy hysterically.
What sort of clan is this?
Sorry I've been helping over. Tell me what you think was there. Maplestrike. That's chapter 2. Anything from the thing?
Nope. It's only me.
Wait. It's still alive, okay. Chapter 3. Another chapter done. Alright, third chapter already. Thanks goes to Lee Pelt of ThunderClan for the view, and to Echo of the Stormy Night Moonlight Song of ThunderClan, Cat Leopard Claw, and Walks with Wheels for Fallen Sword. Oh, and another thing of Echo Stormy Night for the favorites. This is chapter 3, Score Storm. Echo Kid was lost and not under Flintpaw poked her inside. Who's gonna be Flintpaw?
That was football. The trial's over.
He isn't near.
Stormfang's coming to get you.
Echo Paw looked up, startled to see Stormfang torn over, seemingly undisturbed by the blood that stained the riverbank. So, what do you think of the trial? Asked Stormfang as he and Echo Kit walked back to camp. Echo gulped. Something told her it would be a bad end to her father that would be released out of the trial.
It was interesting.
She said, try not to let her appreciation show.
Do the cats in the trial always get executed?
Stormfang chuckled. Not always, little one. Not always, little one. This rule was trying to harm our royals. We had to execute him to eliminate the threat that he might go for our clan again.
Oh. But he said the moment Brambletail and Cupcake saw him, they jumped on him!
Said Echo Kit shrilly.
Shrilly. He couldn't have had the chance to hurt.
She was caught as Stormfang growled. Are you trying to say that all our worlds are the trial lied? He asked, stopping and turned her face over. Her eyes narrowed. Echo Kit flinched.
No, Stormfang, that's not what I meant. I meant that Brambletail and Coppertooth were lucky to not get hurt by that horrible rogue.
She wet her eyes, looking at her ear and said, Stormfang grunted. Yes, they were. Don't ever let me hear you try to soar our clan again, Echo Kit. He turned away and tried to do the tunnel, leaving Echo Kit to run after him. The rest of the clan was scattered around the entrance of the camp. As soon as Echo Kit entered, they turned away and gathered instead around the black rock where Scorchstar was stood. She went over to where Wildflower was sitting and settled. Out herself in the dust.
How was that? How was the trial?
Jess quietly, without taking her eyes off the Score Star.
We killed him.
Say, Echo Kit. She still couldn't get rid of her that image of the Score Star releasing his claws from Fang's neck. With a dull thud, this body hit the ground.
But that's how a trial works, I guess.
Mallowflower said.
He is a threat to our clan. Now listen to what your leader is saying.
Echo reluctantly turned to Score Star, who was still interested in his clan. Once more, a rogue has strained our clan boundaries. We do not know what havoc he may have caused in our clan. I think every cat who was at the trial for their contribution. He waved his tail at the air. This meeting is over. This club will organize the patrols. With that, Score Star leaped smoothly down from the black rock into his den, which was concealed behind. This cloud jumped up to take his place.
Okay, I'll do it. I want Gorstuft and Straightfoot leading 2 border patrols. Gorstuft takes Shellstrike, Talendust, and Hollyball around the Thunderpath border.
Gustav nodded and began to guide the patrol.
Straightfoot take Arch Snow, Maplestrike, and Nightbearer to the river border. And don't forget to look out for that fox Yellowclaw spotted the other day.
Shadefoot gathered his bow and gathered the tunnel.
For hunting, I will take Blackfire, Brambletail, and Speckleaf to the pine tree. Let's go.
This cloud lashed his tail once and leapt down from the black rock to gather his patrol. Echo turned away from the black rock and made her way across the clearing. Thought she could help Eagle Wing the medicine den. Before she reached the den, though, she heard some cat called her name. Turned around, saw that Score Star was staying at the base of the black rock, looking at her expectantly. Gulping, she made her way back across the clearing to where the White Lord's hill stood.
It's Scorchfire.
Follow me, he said. She followed this roomy den behind the bedrock. At this day, she never sat herself down on the sandy floor. So then, Echo Kit, what do you think about your first trial? I didn't say it. Asked Scorso, looking at her intensely.
It made a lot of things clear.
She said, suddenly hoping that Scorso wouldn't take it in the wrong way. Like what? Yes. Echo Kit relieved he didn't sound angry.
Why our clan is so safe and protected by our brave warriors.
She said, trying to sound admirable. Scorsard nodded. We do everything we can to protect our territory and our clan. One day, you'll be doing the same thing too. He thought for a minute. You seem to be the most interesting cat I've seen in a while in Dark Clan. Are you Buddhist though? He asked suddenly.
Yes.
Echo Kit blurted.
I mean, we'll do whatever it takes to protect your clan, whatever that might mean.
She didn't imagine that she would do anything short of killing an innocent cat. Scored now his eyes and not himself. You may go, he said quietly. Echo Kit stumbled through her paws. He went quickly from her den.
What was that all about?
She wondered. 1 moon later. I do it, sorry. Okay. Blizzard Kit. From this day forward, until you receive your warrior name, you shall be known as Blizzardpaw. Your mentor will be Shadefoot. Scorchstar stepped back as Shadefoot went to the Black Rock and touched nose with Blizzardpaw. Loudpaw was already stood beside Blackfire, and it seemed slightly put out that Blizzardpaw's mentor was higher ranked than his own. Echo Kit gulped.
My turn next.
She stopped.
Who will be my mentor? Maybe it'll even be Stormfang.
Flint Scar, Stormfang's previous apprentice had received his warrior name half a moon ago. Echo Kit, said Scorestar, shaking aside her thoughts. Echo Kit patted nervously up to the Scorestar, her green-brown fur shining softly in the sunlight. Echo Kit, from this day until you receive your warrior name, you shall be known as Echo Paw. Scorestar paused while the can cheer her new name. Echo Paw! You know what they call it when those subdue with other brothers. Echo Paw? I will be your mentor. And now Scorch Star. The wind was suddenly silent. Ichabod turned out there for a moment, and then turned to look around the clearing. Ichabod was silent and staring at her. Blizzard looked outraged. Mr. Bang looked astonished. Wolford looked at her with pride shining in her amber eyes. Chloe Ichabod turned back to Scorch Star and touched nose with him. As she looked at Scorch Star as she saw a flash of triumph flash in his
Ice blue.
much that in his blue eyes, to be replaced by ruthless gleam. What will Ichabod do now? How long will she be able to hire her compassion from the storm leader? Who is her mentor now? Who is now her mentor? Why not follow Dead of the Night to get Chopper's updates and find out reviews are rhythm. Tell me what I can do. Goes to Sunny Pelt for the review, and to Rockstar 27 and Braystar BDB for flavoring. Also more thanks to Braystar BDB for following the story. Chapter 4. Bedtime Bone Battles. What?
It's Scorch.
Ah, right. Faster, Echo Paw. You're not going to hurt anyone if you move that slowly. Echo Paw's growled with frustration. When was Scorchstar going to lay off the battle training? Every summer she was up well before all the other apprentices, being drilled by Scorchstar and sometimes Dustclaw too. For Sun High, she had to catch 3 different pieces of prey for the warriors, and then in the afternoon, Scorchstar would teach her battle skills. At first, she enjoyed the punting practice. Spizmouth munch again? What's with these grammar misspelled munches? And sometimes even the battle training. But that was before Scorchstar decided that she wasn't good enough. Now she was up before dawn every day and out in the forest long after the sun had set. Sometimes she even had to get up at dusk for night training. Echo Paw, you need to unsheath the claws if you're going to take a swipe at me! Hissed Scorchstar. She herself unsheathed her claws and raked her paw across Garcis's head. Head. Still alarmed, she had sliced the top of his ear clean enough.
Oh no.
Stop! Scorchstar yelled. Echo Paw stood back and sheathed the claws. She didn't dare look at her mentor. You 5 minutes to get your claws out at me, said Scorchstar quietly. I may be a warrior of you yet. I may make a warrior of you yet. Echo Paw raising her head and peering fearfully at her leader. She surprised and relieved. Look, please.
Oh, at least he thinks I'll become someone good.
Later, as Echo Paw lay in the nest of the apprentice den, she thought about the nick she had put in the Scorchstar's ear. He hadn't seemed angry with her. On the contrary, he was pleased that she had injured him. But this worried her. Would he expect her to unsheath her claws in the chances to come? She knew it was only normal to do so. But something inside of her told her it was wrong.
Why should innocent cats get hurt for no reason other than other cats to sharpen their claws?
She got trouble just as she was about to drop down, so she felt someone poked her little sharpie in the side. It was Blizzard Paw. Wait,
You.
Ah.
Okay, older. Not too old.
It's this little voice I could do that young, but the older,
Yeah.
I'm getting my narration and his voice is a little different. Scorchstar wants us all for a night training section. Kind of like that? I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
He said in monotone. Although his voice didn't give away anyway, his eyes were shining with rage as he looked at his sister. Uh-oh. Ichabod couldn't tell he was still angry, even after a whole moon, that she had bagged the clan leader as a mentor, whereas he was stuck with a third-rank warrior. Rolling her eyes, she pushed herself to her paws and patted out the den after Blizzard Paw. She went to stand beside Shadefoot, Dustpaw, and Thornpaw. Emberly's kits were waiting nervously outside, standing as far away from the Scorchstar as they could get. This was the Fright Night's first night session as far as Echo Paw could remember. The mentors, Hollyfrost and Talendust, were also waiting. Lawpo was jumping on his paws while Blackfire hissed at him through the corner of his mouth. Echo Paw slowly made her way over to Scorestar and Dustclaw. Her mentor nodded his approval. "Ooh, let's go," he said, sprinting to his feet to raise her out of the tunnel. The Jigwaiter Johnson, Echo Paw followed him and fell to sit beside the Darklander. "I want you to show your brothers what you've learned from me, Echo Paw," said Scorestar sullenly, quietly, so the other friends couldn't hear him. "Try picking their ears when they're not looking." Terribly, Echo Paw could see amusement lying in Scorestar's cool eyes.
At least he doesn't mind.
She thought. Looking again through the forest, she realized that they weren't heading for the train area clearing, where they usually train, but deep into the forest, in the dark river. Finally, Scorestar came to a standstill by the bank of the black, swirling river. "Apprentices, I have a test for you. Throughout the forest, I have buried 5 bones. Your job is to find the bone guarding by your mentor, and to fight them forth. Once you have defeated them, uncover your bone and make your way back here, where Dustclaw will be waiting. You'll be able to assess on how fast you return. Plus that all. If you find another cast mentor who has not yet been defeated, then you have a choice. Do you leave the other bone to get back to the river recording wells, or do you fight him for another bone, which will earn you more points? The decision is up for you." Flicking his tail, Scorestar looked at Echo Paw, eyes gleaming expectantly. "You have until dawn. Go." Echo Paw turned abruptly away from the riverbed and plunged through the forest. She sighed. She knew that Scorestar would expect her to find as many bones as could.
But first, find my bone.
She stood there deeply, searching for the brine carrying spell that lingered around the dark river. She could detect one trail nearby. To her left, she swerved off the path into the thick forest growth. Although it was dark, her previous nighttime training sessions had given her excellent night vision, and she could easily make out the shape of a cat. Crouched behind a bramble thicket, that was where the carrion stench was coming from. Echo Paw growled to herself. The sickening smell of the bone was masked in the scent of the mentor guide. Taking a deep breath, she caught her turn to Blackfire scent.
Not yet.
Turning away, she headed deeper in the forest. She was fairly sure that Scorestar would have picked the most difficult place to fight his apprentices.
Probably by the old pine.
She got around. The ancient pine tree was littered with slippery needles from the trees, not to mention the dead branches that fell from the tree during storms. Trying to avoid any other carrion. I keep the word wrong. So scent trails. Echo Paw concentrated on slipping through the forest unseen, and try not to slip on dead leaves. In a surprisingly short amount of time, Echo Paw had reached the old pine tree, and sure enough, she could smell the natural scent of carrion.
There you go.
Hiding momentarily behind a holly bush. She peeked over the top and saw Scorestar's silhouette pacing back and forth in the front of a fallen tree.
That's where the bone must be buried.
Realized Echo Paw.
I have to get there.
Taking a deep breath, she emerged from behind the fallen tree and began to stalk silently in wide circle around Scorestar. She was glad that her creamy brown kit fur darkened to black after he became apprentice. She had almost reached the fallen tree when Scorestar suddenly turned and spar. Without a sound, she bunched.
Yes.
Her muscles and legs leaped. Her haunches were strong from all the morning hunting sessions, and her leap carried over the fallen tree and onto Scorestar, where she dug her claws hard into the shoulders. Scar was the biggest one in Darkland, but Dustclaw was stronger. She gotta use her size against him. Braced herself, she dug her claws hard into Scorestar's throat as she shook herself in an attempt to dislodge his presence. Echo Paw knew what was coming next, and as soon as Starscream moved her to roll, she dealt him a hard blow to the head before leaping from his shoulder and sailing over to the patch of clear ground a couple of tail lengths away. Scar didn't wait a second, and rolled over once and was on his feet in a heartbeat. Snarling, he ran towards Echopaw and went to bowl her over Windpaw, but Echopaw was ready for him, and the moment he touched her, she rolled over, taking Star's weight with her. For a heartbeat, the air escaped from her lungs as she was crushed against the ground, but the momentum of their combined rolls carried the pair skating across the clearing until Echopaw was on top of Star. Knowing she had to end the battle quickly, she unsheathed her claws once more, simultaneously raking her claws across her mental space and bringing her jaws to Star's throat, where she had held them there. Brushing the frosty white fur, neither cat moved for a moment until Star whispered in Echo's paw ear. Go and get those bones, Echopaw. With that, Echopaw leaped away from her mentor and over the fall tree to the churned up ground where the bone was buried. One ominous thought rang in her mind.
I might have proved myself this time, but I'm gonna have to do better than this. I'm growing this full scorched scar for much longer.
Battle of the Planet coming up in the next chapter. Will Echopaw win the night competition and pass her assignment? Why not follow Dead of the Night to find out? I'm not be having as often as I've been over the script back, but I'll still try to update once a week. Keep it, guys, and thanks for the positive comments over. Maplestrike XD. And here comes the next chapter. Devil again with this loading. I was in Devil saying I'm not gonna redo this live stream. Hold on, bye.